Hello, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's On the Road unboxing show. I am on my way to a local toy show, and just always like it when they come around, I like to check them out, see what vendors are offering these days, both in some vintage items as well as some newer items, and let's see what we can find. Here we go. So it was mostly a train show, which they build it as a toy and train show, but when you walk in the door and they all say train shows, you kind of have to figure, okay, so that's going to be the main focus, and it was. You can see in some of the video clips, it was just a ton of Lionel and other types of gauge train displays and sales and things of that nature, which is fine. I think there's no reason not to try out those places, because if you do find, it's kind of a gamble, but if you do find a person selling toys or, you know, genre collectibles, they can oftentimes, you know, be selling things to try to unload. So they'll sell things pretty cheap, and you might be able to get a deal, which I think I'm, you know, suffice it to say, I think I did. So we, one place had these guys, Star Wars Bendums. Now I'll do an unboxing with these in a future episode, so I won't get into too much detail, but I will just say they came out in the early 90s. This was like the beginning of the end of the dark times for when it comes to collecting Star Wars. So, you know, the Bendums, not looked on with a lot of fondness, but, you know, now there is still kind of a nostalgic twinge. It's, of course, Darth Vader. And in addition to that, we also got Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon. And again, Bendums, you know, infinite number of points of articulation because they were Bendum figures. They all just had like the rubber armature, or the metal armature under rubber. So, in addition to that, we have the Tusken Raider. You can tell, like, in this end of the back, it's kind of cool because it's got the checklist of all the different figures available. Of course, now that I've jumped down this rabbit hole, excuse me, I'm allergic to Bendums apparently. And then, lastly, and I think I actually got this one originally, but this is Obi-Wan Kenobi Bendum. So, pretty cool. I'm actually going to look for, if you can see, well, this was the earlier series, so they just have some of the other figures. But then that other one had the collector's case look like Darth Vader. So I might try to find that and see if I can complete that collection. And there was one loose. Emperor Palpatine. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Anyway. So that was one set of things. And then in addition to that, they, you know, this is kind of an artsy thing, but, you know, there was Baby Yoda jewelry. Obviously not a licensed piece here, but, you know, I think it's, you know, kind of cool, you know, for the times. I appreciate an artist's take on it. So that'll probably be a gift for Mrs. Darth Tuba. And, you know, not Star Wars related, but our daughter is a big Stitch fan, so I found some Stitch earrings, little Stitch figurine earrings. Again, not licensed, just an artist's interpretation. In that same booth, I found a set of, let me get it to open here, some custom Lego pieces. I'm gonna try to put these things out without knocking anything over. Okay, so we've got, so I'll try to get some, here we go, we've got Admiral Akbar. Some of my favorite minifigs. I have some of these with the toys, but it's kind of cool to have a little set of minifigs and be able to display them separately. And then we've got, dun dun, this is the way, Mandalorian. I do believe they might, if they haven't already come out with Mandalorian, they will be, but these are, I think, are some customs based on some other figures. That's, of course, the way we first see the Mandalorian. And then I have another one, which includes his backpack and his Bastille armor. Okay, so a little bit different. We have Cara Dune. Okay, pretty cool. And, well, you know, what would be the Mandalorian without his trusty sidekick, Baby Yoda, which I think is pretty much just a regular Yoda that they made the eyes really big and then changed the costume a little bit. And if you want size accuracy, we also have a little tiny one. Oh my god, there he is, a tiny Baby Yoda. So, of course, he has a cape, which is not appropriate, but what are you gonna do? Again, it's more for the time. You know, it just came out. It's very popular. There will be a whole slew of merchandise within the next 6 to 12 months. So I'm just kind of getting on board with little stuff just because I want to celebrate it right now when it's first came out. So that is gonna do it for today's episode of On the Road Unboxing. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Make sure you like, guys. You know, the more likes, the more views, the more of all that stuff. I'm trying to build up the channel. It's really hard because it's such a niche, and I'm not really doing it like every day. I mentioned in the past that I'm thinking about doing a Patreon. You know, completely voluntary, of course. I don't really want to do ads. I would rather do something like Patreon, where if anybody feels like they want to, you know, put something in there just to kind of help. Mostly for things like bigger events. Like I'd like to eventually be able to get to Star Wars Celebration again, but I'm going to need some help with that. But again, if you can't, I understand that, and you know, and I do feel like I need to build up my subscriber base before I consider that. So like, subscribe. There will always be free content regardless. I mean, as I said on the day one, I just enjoy unboxing and enjoy sharing my love of Star Wars collecting and sharing it with all of you. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you, and this is the way.